Okay, my name is Joseph Johnson from Jacksonville, Florida. This is a 2021 Storyteller Beast Mode, and let's go inside. Okay, welcome inside the van. We're in the lounge area. This is what Storyteller calls the Groove Lounge, which is part of their modular system that they have inside the van. It has lots of different modes and different things you can do with the Groove Lounge. This is obviously just seating upright. It has seat belts here that have been pool tested. You can sit car seats here, children here, anybody can sit there. It's safe for the highway driving. This can lay all the way back, where it can lay flat into a bed. It can be split like a sort of love seat, couch type area. Each section can lean forward, so if there's a nice view out front like we have today of the lake, I can lounge back into the lake, or if I want to have the back open to the beach or something nice, then I can face this way and lounge out the back. There's a lagoon table here for eating, working, playing cards. I have the standard lagoon table here. The front chairs are captain's seats that swivel all the way around that add to the area, so you can easily sit 4 people here and kind of hang out and have a good time. Right above the Groove Lounge are all the electrical components and gauges for the Volta power system. This also controls the Volta power system, turning it on and off. This is to turn the inverter on and off. Storyteller gives us this cool patch at night to where we can cover up those lights to sleep. This is our water monitor, where we can check to see how much fresh water, gray water we have. This is the thermostat. You can set it to heat, cool. The cool will control the AC, and if you turn it to heat, it will control the furnace, which is also below the Groove Lounge. The furnace also heats the water. Here's where we control the Rickson furnace. I love the electrical system here in the Storyteller. That's one of the, earmarks for owning a Storyteller. I believe it's 12,000 kilowatt hour batteries, lithium batteries here in the Volta system. And we have virtually no issue with having power. Like, we haven't been plugged into shore power. We've been running the AC, we've been using lights, we've been using USB ports. If it does get too low, the Beast Mode comes with a auto start function where I believe if it gets below 20%, don't quote me on this part, but if it gets below 20%, it will auto start the vehicle if it's engaged, and it'll charge it back up to a certain amount to where you still have power in case you're out backpacking and you're gone for a few days or something, and it trickles down, and that way you're not returning to zero power. You have some power when you get back. I have been on the road for this trip 3 days. I'm a weekend traveler. I work full-time as air traffic controller at Jacksonville International Airport. So most of my traveling happens on my days off, which are Wednesday, Thursday. But I've taken it to New Orleans, I've been to Tampa, I've been to a couple places in Georgia, a few state parks in Florida, all the beaches in Jacksonville as much as I can. So I get out when I can. And this is also my daily driver though, so I do drive this every day, which is a strain on the wallet financially with the gas. But we make do. I decided to move into a van because I wanted to move into a more nomadic lifestyle. Was thinking about working on the road. My brother lives in a van, had lived in a van for the last year, and and he's out in California as a rebel. And sort of learning from him, I decided to put my house on Airbnb and move into a van, and that's what I just did it, and been doing that for the last 4 or 5 months. Let me take you to the kitchen area. Here is the galley for the storyteller. It comes with a sink, you know, pretty standard sink. Has a fridge here. Nice little counter space here. There's sort of an outside kitchen included as well. There's a table right here in the front that can fold out, and there's outlets. That's why I did cooked my breakfast here just a couple minutes ago. We have 4 drawers that are soft close. They're very sturdy. The storytellers come with this induction cooktop, which is really nice because it heats the pan. Because it's electrical, it works well with the already great power system that we have here on board. In these drawers, I just keep, snacks and dishes and pretty much just standard kitchen things. I like that have my all my utensils in this carrier here, and simple cutting board, some fruits, avocados. He's also got a microwave here that works off the inverter. I have plenty of storage here. One of the things about being in van life, as a lot of people already know, that you don't have an excess of things. So I'm not buying food for a month from now or things like that. I buy enough food for a few days or maximum a week. And the fridge has plenty of space in there. I have ice cream in the fridge, fruits, vegetables. I keep milk. I even keep my bread in the fridge, because it stays better longer. I use this for the fruits because, sometimes fruits aren't ripe. So I just kind of have one of these Night Eyes flexible cables here, and I just have the little baskets, and they just ride along. They don't come off or anything like that. This is kind of a pantry drawer. I also use the drawer above the the cabinet above the groove lounge as a pantry where I keep oatmeal and tea and a few other things in there. I added these to the bottom, which are good for small things, which I don't even have anything in them right now because I have enough storage in all the other places. But if I fill this up, I can throw some chips or whatever in these little spots. Now we can move on to what Storyteller calls the flex space, which is very cool. One of my favorite parts of the van is this area here is used for multiple things, not just a bathroom. What normally might be here in a RV or a Sprinter this size would be like a wet bathroom with the toilet and shower. You can use it as a closet. But this area, I sort of use it as a closet. I have some things hanging up. There is also a shower, which is tucked away in here. It's the Halo shower, which is really nice because you just pull it out, the curtain pops open, you use the shower, and then once it's dried, which takes about 15 minutes when you have the fan on, you roll it up, put it away, and it's out of the way for cooking, for lounging, and that's why I like the space so much. Being tall, I'm 6'3". I have a hat on, and I'm still almost standing up completely. If I stand up completely, I just barely fit in here. But it's nice to have this extra space to move around and not have to bump into a cabinet door or something here. So in this van, we have 21 gallons of fresh water, 24 gallons, 24-gallon gray water tank. It has, I'm not sure the device but the hot water is almost instant with the recirculator here. You turn on the Rickson furnace, takes maybe 5 minutes, and then if you cycle this through, you just turn on, instant hot water comes right out. You don't have to wait, you don't have to be in there waiting for it to get hot. The showers we take are, I don't know if they call them Navy showers or something like that. You can take a full luxurious, leave the water running shower, but that's not ideal for you know, van life. You know, usually we'll take a shower where you get wet, you wash yourself off, rinse off, and that's it. For showering, you don't have to shower in the van. There's also a shower that comes off the back for nice weather, which is great for rinsing off from the beach. It's great for, you know, just not having to fill up your gray water tank, and just being able to have the hose accessible for anything you want outside. I love the transition from the house to van life, because I've been moving towards minimalism sort of my entire life. I grew up in a home that was like full of things, like a lot of people, you know, trinkets and other things. Mine probably more than some others. And I've been focusing on less things and more experiences. And so I'm still, even now in the van, I don't have a lot of things, and I feel like I have too many things. Sometimes I work on getting rid of things, or like, oh, I don't need this. Hasn't been a challenge at all. I love, you know, with it being my daily driver, I can do things at the spur of the moment. You know, I can leave work and someone says, hey, let's go here, you know, let's go up to Georgia, let's go to this park. You know, I can say, okay, I can just get in my van and just start driving. I don't need to pack. I might need to stop and get food and get gas, but that's it. You know, I don't really need to like plan anything, or like, what should I bring, or what should I do here, like you would normally do if I was taking a car. Everything's already with me. I just go, and then whatever the situation can be, I can adapt to whatever's happening. Oh, there's a wedding. It's like, oh, okay, I have clothes for that. Bam, throw those clothes on and go. Oh, well, let's go to the beach now. You know, throw those clothes on and go. And everything's in the van, and I have even ways to wash clothes here in the van. This is the bedroom / garage area. Goes into Storyteller's kind of modular feel, where they have a double Murphy bed. Right now, I have half the bed up, so we can use this space and get good airflow. This bed will easily fold down. I'll fold my sheet over on my blanket, and it will be ready for sleeping. If I want to use it for cargo space or moving things, or put my bikes in here, I can just flip this side up. Flips up very easily. Has a latch here to hold it. And I've used this van several times to transport furniture, helping friends move, a few different things, and save them money, you know, without having to get a U-Haul. Right now I have storage under the bed using bungee cables. I added that myself. I opted for the cheaper route with the Craftsman storage bins here, because these things I don't use as often, but they're still things that I need for the van, and they store into here very easily. I've seen the Canyon Adventure Vans makes a system where you can like even sit here and turn this into a desk. The mattress comes up really easily, and this holds like 400 pounds. I really love the mattress. It's firm, which is good for me. I sleep great in here. Sometimes I prefer to sleep. I sleep better here than I have in any bed I've been in. Up above the bed is where I keep all my clothes. I also have clothes on this side. There's the AC right above the bed, which is really nice, which I really rarely ever use. I think I've used it 3 times. Today might be a day to use it, like midday when it's really, really hot. But usually at night, it'll be cool enough to where if I turn on the fan, you can just open up this window. It'll create like a cross breeze, and it feels just like an AC. It'll pull air right into the van, and usually it'll cool you off really nice. Welcome to the outside of the van. The Beast Mode comes equipped with the retro stripes. I have the white color, but it comes in a couple other colors. It comes with the BF Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tires. It comes with KC headlights on the top and the front grille, front runner roof rack, the Girard awning. They have side searchlights, side perimeter lights, rear lights, pretty much any lights that you might need. It gets very bright if we want it to. The van comes standard in 4x4 for this model, or just from this company in general. We have no problems going through the beach, on trails, just anywhere. You know, people have them in Colorado, Utah, Moab, like anything you might want to take a van to. This would be the van that you would take. So here we are at the back of the van. I've added a large Owl Vans Expedition box just for added storage. The B2 bike rack with 2 1-up bike carriers on here, which is great for carrying my mountain bikes. On the driver's side of the van, you have your standard city water, freshwater connections, which I love on this model because the newer models are moving to like inside, which I don't quite understand. They're moving it to one connection inside, or you have to do a bunch of dials. But this has the original separate connections on the outside, so once you hook it up, that's it. It's hooked up to where it needs to go. There's a ladder to go up to the roof rack. Up top, you know, it's got lots of storage. It's got 2 90-watt solar panels. The AC is mounted there. On the roof rack, I have a grass mat, which is fun to spread out, and we'll lay up there on the roof rack and just hang out, watch the stars, do some tanning or something. The spark plug for shore power. I like the awning windows, so when it's raining, you don't have to worry about water or anything. You can still have the windows open, getting a nice breeze, and not have to worry about the inside getting wet. Meeting people, and that's one of the things that's beautiful about van life, is that most of the people you meet are not exactly extroverts, but they're friendly, social people, and they're like okay to like share things, which is how I view the world to be, is that like it's cool to like share and take care of each other, and everything is not like, oh, this person might take something from me, you know. It's more like a giving mentality. Again, my name is Joseph Johnson. You can find me on Instagram at Average Joseph. That's AVRG .Joseph. Pretty friendly person. And now I'm about to go play some basketball, so I'll see you guys later.